Hi everyone, welcome back. I am gonna do a flower pour. Originally, I got this new mold and I was gonna do a pour in it, but I was debating how to do it because it's not very deep and the edge is real thick, and I started pouring for it and then I said, oh, I haven't done a flower in a while. Let's get out one of my favorite molds, the bubble mold, and do a flower. I am using craft resin. It's a 1-to-1 low viscosity resin. I went ahead and I have mixed up 9 ounces. I divided it evenly amongst these 6 cups. I have to remember how many I have. In my first cup, I put 10 drops of Octopus Fluids Resin Ink Tangerine. In my second cup, I did strawberry, and I did 10 drops of this also. In my next cup, I did 7 drops of the lemon because I find the lemon to be really a strong color, and I think that's perfect. In my next cup, I did, let's turn it, Let's Resin Chameleon Powder Champagne, because I needed a shimmery mica powder that would sort of go with what we're doing here. In my white cup, I did Let's Resin Ocean White. It's one of the whites that I like to do this with. Did I say a pea-sized drop? That's what I did in there. And then in my last cup, I only did 3 drops of the tangerine just to lightly color the resin, and that's like for my middle push. And I just realized I didn't bring over my gold glass bits, so hang on just 1 second. All right, so here are my crushed glass bits that I'm going to use for the center. So let's get started. I'm not going to do anything fancy with the pours. I'm just going to take my resin and put it in the mold. Sometimes I'll go up on the bubble edge first or drop them in a different series. But nope, I'm just going to do the colors just like this. Just trying to get it all out. Now, with the mica powder, I'm going to try to go close to the edge. I don't have a huge differentiation in color because the mold was so big and the tangerine didn't go out as far. So I'm going to take my mica powder, get it really kind of on the edge. All right, so I am going to put my white into a piping bag just for more control for myself. You can do it with the cup if you want, but I do want to do some little dots. Not all dots, but a little bit. Tie this up, and I'm going to do a little cut off the tip that I normally would do, about the size that I would do for my blooms. I'm going to give it a little shot of heat. All right. So now I'm going to start around the edge of the mica powder. And I'm pushing a little because I do want a decent amount of the white. And then I'm actually going to go out into the mica powder. And a little spiral. I'm overlapping a little now. That is okay. Let me just take it around over there. All right. So I have my spiral in, and now I'm going to do some dotting, starting in the center. I think the center. Usually I'll stand up and check where I'm going. I think I'm probably a little off, but that's okay because the design that we're doing and the push will change it anyway. I'm doing kind of big dots, so I am applying pressure on the piping bag. Petra does a really cute design where she does like a squiggle. She does it twice with her pour. You see it's kind of pushing itself into the center anyway. All right, so I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to do part of my push pour. Push this back up, and I'm going to do that again. But I'm just going to take it out to where it's clear, and it's not going to be as many. As you see, it's taking itself back in again. So it is going to smush up anyway. This time I'm not worried about my placement as much. I'm just quickly dotting a little far apart. I made way too much white because I'm definitely not going to use this all. You see my mica powder is traveling in now. I like that though because it helps me know where the center is. All right. And I'm going to do the last bit of my push now. Sort of, I'm going to put it a little higher up because I feel like that gives it a little bit more force when I don't have as much. I'm going to give it a shot of heat as it closes. And while I watch it close, I'm going to go ahead and get my bits out. And I'm watching it close to see where I want to put this. Maybe. Is that enough or do I want more? I have about 1/3 of the scoop. I actually think it's probably okay. I'm going to drop that in. With the end of my paintbrush, I'm just going to help it along, give it a little shove. Oop, knocked over my torch. All right, so now I'm just going to watch. Anytime you put any type of bits that have facets or pockets, you get air bubbles. You see it just came up. Most of the time they'll degas on their own. If they don't, just give them a shot of heat. So I'll keep an eye on that. I did not fill the mold all the way. It is a very deep mold. But anyway, we'll see how it comes out. I'll keep, again, hitting those bubbles as they pop up. And we'll come back when it's ready to unmold. All right, we are back. I do love this side. Sometimes that's not a good sign. We will see how it goes. I also worry about putting a center in. Sometimes I like the fairy flowers better without centers. We will see. I just love this mold. All right, let's see how it worked out. Oh, wow. It is so pretty. That's just gorgeous. The mica powder worked well. It didn't go all the way into the center, which I like. Oh, very cool. I love it.